time to clean the hull. Since the boat is indoors, we can't use a hose or a pressure washer. We have to do it by hand with a spray bottle full of boat soap. It is a bit tedious, but it does get the job done. Getting ready. Should have the hull waxed and polished by later today. Then a couple more projects inside that I can finish up, and actually getting pretty close. It seems like I spend my spring attached to a ladder. A shout out here today to 3M. This is not a paid product endorsement, but just a shout out to them. Started using this 3M Perfected Gel Coat light cutting polish and wax. It's a one-step process. It worked great. Very impressed with how it turned out. It's got a light cutting ability, and it's got a pretty good gloss and luster to it when it's on, and it looks very good. I used it with this polishing pad at a very light or slow speed. That seemed to work the best. Interested in comments from anybody else that might be using this as to how they applied it, but it seemed to work well with this polishing pad. So again, shout out to 3M. The product does what it says it's going to do, and it does a good job at it. Very impressed. Well, we've got boats going in the water now. We're coming up soon as well, probably another 2 weeks yet, but getting close for our turn. Well, she's outside, first time in 2024. And now that the sun is shining on the hull, it doesn't look too bad. Might have to do a little bit more polishing on some spots, but otherwise it looks okay. There's a little bit of work to do on the bottom before we can start painting, but we'll be painting soon. A bit of a rainy day here in Green Bay today, so I will be working inside for now. Rain's supposed to clear up a little later on this afternoon, so hopefully I can start working on painting the bottom, at least getting it taped up so it can be painted. Well, it's a little chilly in here today, so I think we'll start up the heater, put a little heat in here, and keep it nice and warm. Well, with a little break in the weather here, another boat's being launched. Ours will be coming soon. About 4 or 5 days from now, looks like, on the schedule. Getting ready. And I am ready to have it back in the water. The interior is starting to come back together, getting things cleaned up, organized, and ready to bring the cushions in and and get the interior cleaned up. We'll do a good cleaning sometime maybe over the weekend or early next week. Scheduled right now is, just talking to the staff here at the boatyard, the schedule is that looks like we're going to go in the water early on Wednesday morning next week, and then the mast will go in either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning. So it kind of depends on the weather. With this big mast for this boat, if the winds are up a little bit, they're a little hesitant to do that, which I fully understand. So we'll take it as it comes. If you've seen any of our recent videos, one of the projects from the previous winter was the installation of a new Raymarine Axiom 12 chart plotter, which is installed and is working. Got a couple of adjustments to make to it, but can't do that until all the instrumentation is hooked in. So that will be coming here in the next week once the boat gets back in the water. But you may recall that the replacement or the former chart plotter, the old Raymarine chart plotter, is still being used because it's connected to the other old Raymarine instrument package that came with this boat. So we had to do something with that old Raymarine unit, and it is now installed back here in the cabin in this quarter berth, sometimes referred to as the garage. This actually will probably be cleaned up and used as a berth again. I think maybe switch the garage to the other side, to the port berth, but that's something to be dealt with later. But the old Raymarine system, the C80 system, is now set up in here. It needs to be recalibrated since it was shut off and somewhat taken apart a little bit. So it needs to be recalibrated, but it's back here in this cabin and it is functioning. Another stormy day impacting the schedule down here. The first project for today is to change out the impeller. It needs to be checked and potentially changed. So we'll see once I get it taken apart. Right down in there. All set to start pulling this apart. It actually looks pretty good down here, although a bit dirty. I cleaned it up a little bit. Got a towel down there to catch the screws, since I have a tendency with my fat fingers to drop them. So I want to make sure I catch them if I do, so they don't go floating around down in the bilge somewhere. So here we go. Take it apart. I've loosened up the screws and now I'm extracting them and trying not to lose any of them. All right, the impeller is out, and I'm glad I pulled it because it has got a couple of cracks starting in it. One right here. There's another one down here, and a little one starting right in this on this paddle right here. So good thing we pulled it, because we'll replace it and get a new one in there, and then no worries. A little trick I learned from the ladies on the Salty Lass. When reinstalling these, the blades need to be compressed a little to fit into the slot or back into the pump housing. And so if you use a zip tie and tighten it up, let's see if I can do this without messing this up. Tighten it up, you can compress these paddles a little bit, or the blades, just enough to get them in. I've done this a couple times now, and this system seems to work. gets them all lined up and gets them ready to slip in. Gotta remember to lubricate it before it goes in, but this should get us into the housing. Well, there we go. Reinstalled. The zip tie trick worked well. As you push it in, the zip tie kind of slides off. Just extract the zip tie and it slides right into place. So far so good. Well, the screws are back in. Now to tighten them up. And par for the course, I did manage to drop one. Although it didn't go far, it fell into the towel. But if you notice, the liquid that came out when I took the cap off, that's actually some fluid from the winterization. Got a little greasy, a little slimy. Clean that up now once I put the screws back on. And I understand in doing this, it's kind of like lug nuts on your tire. You do them in kind of an alternating across pattern from each other. So we'll put these in, tighten them up, and then we'll need to check this again when it goes in the water and starts up, make sure there's no leakage. But we should be good. Got a new impeller installed. Wow. That was certainly some exciting and emotionally charged video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us some likes and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We'll keep trying to provide you with some information regarding how we manage and operate this boat. Again, hope you enjoyed. Please keep watching. There's more to come before we get this boat in the water. Rain has let up a little bit, but still too wet to do any of the painting or paint prep or work that I need to do on the keel right now. Another mast going up, getting ready to be set and stepped. Looking forward to that happening to ours. It's painting day today. Getting started with the spring ritual of applying VC17. Annual spring ritual. Another coat of varnish, number 5. Well, we got the fire department out here. It looks like they're practicing maneuvering a boom of some sort. Pretty wild night here last night. We had some very heavy storms come through. Lots of tornadic activity out to the west of us. Reports of gusts, wind gusts up upper 50s, 60. Not sure what it was like down here, but it looks a bit wind blown this morning. We still got winds, although they're out of the south, so it doesn't look too bad here, but still got winds in the upper teens, lower 20s, with some big gusts going through. So wild day. Put another coat of varnish on last night. That'll be the last for the tow rail for now, so time to pull the tape off. Hopefully this comes off pretty easily, so we'll see. Looks like we now have the police department involved in the boom deployment training. And I'm not sure, that might be the sheriff's department as well.